When you are born, you enter this world with no identity. You're basically no one. Over time, you start building your personality. You start being bold and outgoing, or shy and skittish. You start accepting this personality and create your source of identity. Without realizing it, much of this identity is shaped by outside forces, by opinions and judgments of hundreds of people that cross your path over the years. This process starts with your parents. As a child, you paid extra attention to what they said and did. You did what they encouraged you to do and avoided what they told you is bad. If they had told you something different, your personality and behavior would have been different today. Many criticisms and opinions that you have received because people wanted to see in you certain qualities. They wanted to fit you in a certain behavior that are followed by everyone else. Sometimes envy played a role. They praise you to make you feel that you don't need to work any harder. Understand that you have undiscovered potentials and possibilities because as a child you had no real power to resist the influence of the people around you. But now as an adult, you have the power to completely ignore what people think about you and bring back your true worth. But for that, you have to believe in yourself, to push yourself to your maximum limits, which is why I will share with you 5 strategies to achieve that. You will break your lifelong habit of continually trying to please others and measuring your worth based on the opinions of others. So instead of limiting yourself to the limits that others have set for you, you will push yourself to the maximum to discover your real limits. Believing in yourself might not seem very important, but it's the single most important factor that will drive you to achieve what you want. When you raise your opinion of yourself and what you're capable of, you instantly change yourself. For example, if you think you're comfortable with taking risks because you know that you always will be able to get back yourself on your feet if it fails, you're more likely to take risks and be passionate about it. Keep in mind that as harsh as it might sound, most people want to keep you down. That's why they always constantly try to instill doubts in you about yourself, about your worth, about your abilities. You can either accept these doubts and keep yourself down or discover your true worth by having a higher opinion of yourself and your abilities. So let's get started with the first strategy. Be yourself. You're an individual with ideas and skills that make you unique, but people are constantly trying to fit you into a narrow categories that make you more predictable and easier to manage. They want to see you as shy or outgoing, sensitive or tough. If you give up to this pressure, then you may gain some social acceptance, but you will lose your remarkable parts of your character that are the source of your uniqueness and power. You must resist this process at all costs and look at these narrow judgments of people as a tool to keep you down. Your job is to discover and focus on those parts of your character that makes you unique, because being unique will distinguish you from the crowd and will get you the kind of respect that you never had. Constantly reinvent yourself. People usually judge you by appearance and the image you create through your actions, words, and style. If you don't take control of this process, then people will see you and define you the way they want it, often not the way you would like. You might think that being consistent with this image will make others respect you and trust you, but in fact, it's the opposite. Over time, you seem predictable and weak. That's why you have to constantly reinvent yourself. You should not be afraid of change. You should always develop and evolve. That's the real freedom, where you constantly become a better version of yourself. And that will make you more confident of yourself. Break your routine. What really prevents us from using our mental freedom that we naturally have is our daily routine. Almost every single day we see the same people do the same thing, so our minds follow this routine. The solution is to break this up. For instance, we can intentionally do something random, maybe the exact opposite of what we usually do in our day-to-day life, maybe something that we have never tried before. We have to put ourselves in a situation that we have never been before, so that our minds naturally wake up and work to their maximum. We can force ourselves to do things in a different way, visit strange places, meet different people, read books that challenge our minds. This activity will force your brain to start thinking more creatively and realize your full potential. Create a sense of destiny. Having supreme confidence in yourself makes you fearless and persistent, allowing you to overcome obstacles that stop most people in their ways. Besides that, it makes others believe in you as well. And the most powerful form of self-belief is when you feel that you are destined to do something, when you feel that you are created to accomplish a mission. Think of it as something like this. You have a set of skills, experience, and ideas that are absolutely unique to you. Your perspective of world and everything around you is different than anyone else. So if you see yourself as someone who is responsible to accomplish a certain goal, you create a purpose for your life, which will push you to have that supreme confidence in yourself. Bet on yourself. It's always easy to rationalize your doubts, especially when times are tough. It's easy to convince yourself that it's better not to take the risk, that it's better to wait a little more for circumstances to get better or clearer. But this is a pretty dangerous way of thinking, because it shows lack of confidence in yourself, and you will find it difficult to take bold actions and risks. The greatest inventions and advances in technology actually came out in the worst periods of times because there was a greater necessity for creative thinking and unusual solutions. These are the moments when opportunities are all around. When things are unclear and risky, this is the best moment for you to take risks and try new things. You have to be always ready to bet on yourself by taking risks that others are afraid to take. By putting yourself in this position, your mind will have no choice but to think creatively and come up with unusual solutions. These 5 practices will help you to realize your true worth, your real limits, not the ones that the public sets for you, but the ones that you're truly capable to achieve. Anyways, if you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and as always, thanks for watching.